But we had a question come in of just asking for some explanation of what is this priority package and how does it get submitted to the legislature? What does this mean as opposed to our own priorities as a county with our budgeting system?
Well, it's a good question. Many residents don't think first about which level of government is doing what.
Right.
They just want government to serve and serve them well. And so it is the case that we have a lot of things that the county does, but in Virginia, the state has a lot of authority as well. In fact, the Dillon rule is much discussed, and it means that we can, as a county, only do things within certain prescribed limits. We have been wanting to expand what we're able to do, and our legislative packages, our recommendations to our delegates and senators for what we want them to push on and want them to pass as far as legislation. We have accomplished quite a few of those priorities in the last couple of years, and there's much more discussion. Arlington residents love to have thoughts on this, and we appreciate that. It's also the case that we discussed this at our board meeting. We'll also have a session on November 9th, but I know that which will be with our delegation. And so there's a lot that we want to get done, a lot that we have gotten done, but more in areas like the environment, housing, number of other areas that are big priorities.
Absolutely. And the state does not only have regulatory authority or legislative authority, it also has economic importance for our region when we talk about funding for metro or funding for the VRE system. So these all flows into this on our legislative priorities because they affect us directly, and we want to make sure that for example, transportation infrastructure, regional and interregional transportation infrastructure is funded. It's also the package comes together in a process where commissions are asked. We make all the time notes what would be an appropriate item for consideration down in Richmond, and all this comes together by this time of the year, and we put it on the table with our elected delegation in the General Assembly, and we figure out how, and when will be up for consideration.
Yeah. And I think I should add that we have to be smart about this in the sense that the package stays mostly the same, but the results of the upcoming elections on November 2nd are a key piece of this. Yes. We want to be smart depending on the outcome. And for our residents, I just think it's relevant to say there's early voting now. No matter what you choose, make sure your voice is heard. And you can vote early, you can vote on November 2nd, Election Day, but once we know the results of those elections, we'll tailor and edit and calibrate our legislative package with our delegation as we seek to move forward as a community.
Okay, great. Well, we will end on that note, and that will take us to the close of another episode of County Board Wrap-Up. Remember, if you have questions for us after a board meeting, let us know. Contact us on social media or email us at countyboardwrap@arlingtonva.us about an issue that's important to you, and we'll try to answer your questions here. And remember, you can always find out about the topics and more by visiting the County Board website at arlingtonva.us and search County Board. Be sure to join us next month for the very latest on the important board actions and more. I'm Kara O'Donnell. We'll see you then.